Set aside for the moment your notion of what you want and how you want to go about making it happen. Focus instead on how to win the presidential election, presented here in inverted format as the sure path to Democrats' surrender. Start with this. The Democrats already have all the votes of their true believers and those a bit closer to the center. Lots of women and lots of people of color will vote Democratic for the obvious reasons. The battle is for the marginal voters, the independents, and the former Trump voters who only voted for Trump because he wasn't Hillary. Be reasonable with them and they'll vote for the Democrat. Be foolishly partisan and extreme and they'll vote for Trump again, and we'll get 4 more years of insanity. Key point: change scares people, and big rapid change scares people a lot. Small incremental change is easier to tolerate, so offer that. Marginal voters will vote for Trump if you tell them that you're going to take away their private health care insurance. It doesn't matter that he's trying to do worse. Explaining how Medicare for all will be better for them will fall on deaf ears. Parsing out the nuanced differences between extreme plans will, at best, put voters to sleep. It will not shift a single vote to Democrats. In order to scare away red, white, and blue Americans, all you have to do is tell them about the socialist Medicare for All program that Democrats are going to force on them. To most Americans, that's the same as telling them that Comrade Vladimir or Chairman Xi will be our next president. So stop with the socialism, because it's a guaranteed election loser. Explanations are useless to blunt the enormous fear that will be fostered by the threat of socialism. In fact, for all policies, if you have to explain it, it's a loser. If you want to be sure that all gun owners vote against the Democrat candidate, tell them that you're going to take their guns. Regardless of what the Democrats say about military assault rifles, all you'll hear from Republicans is slippery slope. Opponents will claim that taking their military assault rifles is just the first step to confiscating all guns and making criminals of otherwise law-abiding citizens because they didn't turn in their target pistols. You'll hear that 1,000 times, and there will be over-the-top super PAC ads warning of an Orwellian dystopian future and the subjugation of the people if gun-confiscating Democrats have their way. And Trump will win. What about telling voters you're going to give everyone $1,000 per month, or $10,000 a month, or that the solution to all problems is for the government to give away cash? Who believes this lunacy? Another sure loser is to tell the American people that we're going to have open borders. Seriously now, the people are already afraid of terrorists and immigrants who they think will steal their jobs. Telling them that when you're president, you'll make it easier for such people to just walk into the country is a guaranteed victory for Trump. This is just a short list of actual candidate policies and positions that are enthusiastically being promoted. Every one of them will drive away millions of voters and give President Orange more time to trash our democracy, suck up to Putin, and hurt yet more people. I don't have the sense that you can change candidate policy positions, but you can work for and vote for people in primaries who aren't going to scare the daylights out of Americans. That will lead to a candidate who can contrast powerfully with Trump and his bullying, his cluelessness and incompetence. They'll be on full display, and he will disqualify himself. Recall that Trump won in part because he spoke to people's fears, many of which were born of rapid change, like globalization. If Democrats incite people's fears with a promise, perceived as a threat, of large rapid change, they will have surrendered in 2020, lost the election, and Trump will stay in the Oval Office for 4 more disastrous years. Key point: change scares people, and big rapid change scares people a lot. Small incremental change is easier to tolerate, so offer that. Smarten up, Democrats. Finally, in one of life's great ironies, we learned that Donald Trump, the chosen one, is capable of making John Bolton a sympathetic character. Who would have thought it possible? I'm Jack Altshuler.